Mbombela Stadium, where chairperson David Mabuza is expected to give a political overview. Mabuza has recently been endorsed for the position of ANC Deputy President by the ANC Youth League. Now, the ANC's provincial spokesperson, Sesekani Manzini, says they did not pronounce earlier on their preferred candidates because they're disciplined and they want to maintain unity within the ANC. And for the latest, we're joined live from Mpumalanga by SABC News reporter Mweli Masilela. And I do believe that he has on standby the ANC NEC member, David Mahlobo. A very good afternoon to you, Mweli. Thank you so much for joining us. It's over to you.
Good afternoon to you and the viewers. Yes, we are coming to you live from the Mbombela Stadium. This is where the ANC in Mpumalanga is holding its policy conference. I can tell you the chairperson of the ANC in the province has already addressed the conference, saying that this conference, this policy conference is very important because we'll know that very soon the ANC National will be holding its policy conference. So they are consolidating their position here in Mpumalanga before going to that conference. But also, you'll know that in such events, the political landscape can't be ignored as well. He touched on the issue of the current state of the ANC alliance in the country, saying that it is at its weakest at the moment, especially that for the first time ever, alliance partners have called for the President, Jacob Zuma, to step down. But joining me to tell us more about this conference, I've got ANC NEC member David Mahlobo. If you can tell us, you are here today, what are the key issues that are being raised from this conference?
Well, the first thing that we must congratulate the province of Mpumalanga that in the run-up to the actual national policy conference of the ANC, which is the fifth one, they've listened to the directive of the National Executive Committee that they must be able to engage on the policy discussion. And if you look at the delegation that is here, is the number of comrades that are from branches, but we also see that comrades from the leagues are all here. The religious leaders have been invited, the business fraternity have been invited, including the traditional leaders, which is a very important thing because ANC policies must be informed by the conditions and the experiences of our own people that are there. I had an opportunity right now just to go around some of the commission and spend also more time in the commission around the issues of peace and stability. One of the important issues that there is a discussion about the document strategy and tactics that is here, about the condition in which the ANC is waging the struggle for the national democratic revolution in order to create the national democratic society. But also that is also taking place is the discussion that what should we do to change the landscape in terms of the economy of our country so the economy can benefit all the majority of our citizens, the issues of land. But for these things to happen, we need to look at the health of the organization. The team that is looking at the document on organizational renewal and campaigns, their main focus is to say what are these organizational weaknesses that are being experienced, especially in terms of our branches, in terms of our provinces and so forth. But we're also looking at the question of the strengthening of our alliance, because the alliance relations, as you know, over the last few months, it has been under strain. But we are very happy that despite the challenges that are being faced in the alliance, including the unit of our own organization, the ANC, Mpumalanga remains very strong. The leadership of the province has been able to reach out to comrades because the ANC belongs to all its members. And more importantly, we also received the messages of support from the alliance partners. And even the alliance was starting to say, we had our own problems here. We have learned, we have conquered our problems, and we are hoping those in the national leadership can emulate the alliance unity that we actually observe in this province.
Of course, we can't run away from the issue of the succession debate. We know that the ANC Youth League has already pronounced itself in terms of the names of the people they would like to see in terms of leadership. We know that you are also from this province. What is the view of this province, especially on the list that was released by the ANC Youth League?
Well, as the National Executive Committee, we had made decisions in the past. One of the decisions we had to make was to say, comrades, let's do first thing first. One of the things that was important was to concentrate on the organization in terms of preparation for the policy conference, so that we could not be in a position to divert these issues. But after the last NEC, there was a strong reflection to say, probably it's time now that we allow members of the ANC, guided by the policy discussion, to start to discuss the issues around names, but more importantly to be guided by the document called Through the Eye of the Needle. And that process has started. You could see some of the bodies that are there, but the NEC has not formally said the nomination has started. In terms of our own processes, the nomination are going to be starting when the ANC BGM towards the elective conference are starting place there. And the chairperson has guided the province that in as much as names are being discussed, but the most important step number one, is that this province must come in there, discuss the policy options, what have been our experiences, what needs to be changed, what does not need to be changed. But then immediately after the policy conference, when the NEC has opened the process, then all provinces are going to start to do the nomination, because ultimately is the branches that must nominate.
Well, as we have heard, that is the ANC NEC member, David Mahlobo. Of course, not quite answering the questions in terms of the names of the people that have been revealed by the ANC Youth League, saying that it's not officially nomination time. And of course, discussions in terms of commissions are continuing inside. It's back to you in studio.
All right, thank you so much, Mweli, and great chatting to you this afternoon. That was our reporter, Mweli Masilela.